Hello, welcome to Gaming Gain. My name is Muzz and I paid someone to have a look at my dating profile. If you've been following the channel for a little bit now, I've just started recently doing some dating content and it seems to be doing quite well, and this opportunity came up, so I thought, why not give it a bash? Why not put myself truly in the spotlight and reveal all of my personal information on my dating profiles for the hopes that I get some views for it. Sounds like a good idea. So the company that I went through the singles nights with, I've done 2 videos on them now. They also offer this service. It was £25, and we're gonna see. We're gonna go through it. I'm gonna show you kind of what they were talking about and give an overall assessment for what I think, where I think it's worth it, where I think they've given me some good advice, or if it was a waste of money. But we shall see. What I will actually do is I'm going to make a part 2 where I will implement the changes that they make, and we'll see if I don't know, find the one. I don't know how I would measure that barometer. If I get more matches, I don't know. Not really going to count it anyway. But I'll make the changes and see what happens. So I'm going to get my trusty laptop and we're going to go through. While I'm talking, I will also be showing you a kind of phone recording, screen recording of my dating profile. So hopefully that'll be enjoyable for you. But yeah, let's get to it. So hopefully while I'm doing this, I'll be able to show you, I should be able to show you what I am looking at so we can read along together. So, dating app profile review, Scott Muzz, that is me, by Pip Social. So they actually just give kind of general advice to start. So the photos, we suggest adding the following photos. Smiley selfie or photo of your full face, that should usually be photo 1. I don't believe I do that. Full length photo, make sure you're standing tall and not slouched. I think I do that quite well. Photo of you looking smartly dressed, nothing fancy, but out for dinner, drinks, and I think shirt and jean vibes. This could also be a full length photo. Do I have any of them? We'll see. Photo of you with your mates, pretty common one that, and photos of you doing something you enjoy, a hobby. It could be travelling, playing sport, cooking, etc. That one I definitely have. That one I have in abundance, to be honest. Probably, I think I may know that they may say I've got a bit too many of them. If you don't have any of those photos above, then just stage them. Honestly, no one will know. Just throw in something different outfits and get a mate to snap some for you. I don't like that piece of advice. Just stage them. I'd quite like to think that the photos I was looking at were genuinely taken in the moment and not staged for a dating profile. But I digress. We will move on. Do's and don'ts. Do smile in every photo. That's quite a tough one for me. A big smile with your teeth showing. Yeah, we'll get into why that's tough for me. Do make sure your photos are up to date. Do include candid photos as they're often more natural. I think I've got a few of them. We'll see. Do have a group photo as your first one. Don't have a group photo. Yeah, definitely. I do not like that when I'm looking through profiles and the first one is a group picture. Don't wear sunglasses. I don't have any. Don't slouch. I mean, that one's pretty self-explanatory. And don't hold a big fish. Yeah, that. Some people do that. Some people, pose with dead animals on their dating profile. Prompts. Didn't know this was a thing on Tinder. If it is, prompts should open a conversation and should tell someone a bit about your personality. Oh, okay. Maybe I include it like in the bio. Good tactics are to tell people something about your interests, asking for help, advice, add some mystery, or say something a little bit controversial. Oh, don't know what would be considered controversial. Make sure you don't use negative languages that can come across as aggressive or be off-putting. Instead, use upbeat answers to make people smile. Oh, they give examples. Perfect. Interest, hobbies. Most weekends you'll find me on the tennis court in need of a doubles partner. Oh, that's cringy. I don't like that one. I definitely will not be putting anything like that on my dating profile. Asking for help or advice. Recently moved house. Any interior designer advice would be very welcome. I'll cook dinner in return. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. Getting to the come to the house early. If you're putting that in your, I feel like that gives off, that gives off player vibes. If you're doing that, you're trying to get them to the house early. I'll cook dinner for you. We'll see where the night takes us. Mystery, most spontaneous thing I've ever done. Let's just say it involved a last minute flight and a very questionable decision. I'll tell you more when we match. Is that one the most, that one's the closest one I'd put on it? Like maybe put that on, but I've never done that, so maybe I need to. I don't know, mystery's a weird one to kind of, because I could imagine people would be like, nah, I'm alright, I don't need to know. And the last one, a little bit controversial. Cereal is a perfectly acceptable dinner. No, it's not. It's controversial certainly, and it's riled me up. I would not, if someone put that in their bio, oof, I am out of there. So we are at my feedback. So this is the feedback for me. That was just general. So let's get into it and see what we have. Feedback on your profile. General. Overall, sorry. Your profile is good, but there are definitely a few tweaks that you can make to show off your personality a bit better. A few general comments. I would recommend not including your Instagram handle and your About Me section. Main reason for this, it can seem like you're using the dating app to get more followers as opposed to find a relationship. Although it's obvious depends what your motivations are. So ignore this if you just want followers. I don't want just for followers, so I will be taking that off. Yeah, that is quite a sound piece of advice. I will take that off ASAP. I just put it up there because I've seen a few other people do it. I was like, oh, it might be a better way. Cut out the middleman. Stop. Because I don't like talking on Tinder. I like to get to Instagram and that where I feel it's a bit more, I don't know, casual to talk. You don't feel like under the pressure. Whereas on Tinder, I feel like you need to be kind of talking quite a bit. Next one. I would suggest adding some prompts to your profile because it's easier to show your funny, cheeky side. How did you know I have a cheeky side? That's supposed to be a secret. It's out now. Cat's out the bag now, I guess. You could also use prompts to tell people about your hobbies and reduce the number of photos you have. 9 is a lot. Okay. So you could reduce that. So 6. So I've got to get 6 pictures. Oh, that's quite tough. I'll need to cut ones out. Need to be ruthless, cutthroat. Relationship goals. You've put still figuring it out, which might be true, but just be aware that sitting on the fence could put people off, particularly if they are specifically looking for one thing or another, either casual or relationship. I would suggest that instead of being neutral, you choose a status which best reflects your current priority, and then if you can find others in the process, that is a bonus. Yeah, that is fair, I guess. I don't know. I just feel like I'm in a weird stage in my life where I'm kind of in limbo a wee bit, so that I feel like is the best one. Basically what I say to people is I'm looking to meet people and see what happens. If a spark happens, then that's fair. If it doesn't, then that's fair. I don't want to really put any pressure on it, but there's not really one for that. So going with the flow, would that be a better way of describing it? Add Tinder. Add that. You can have that for free. Going with the flow. Right, here we get into the meat of it, the photos. I think we can all agree dating apps, dating profiles are made or broken by their pictures. So your photos are genuinely good, yes, were there, in the sense that you tell people a lot about your hobbies, but you're not smiling in any of them, which means your personality doesn't really come across. I feel like, is a smile that important? Like, yeah, I will look for pictures, but smiling for me is not natural in a sense. Like, see when I'm posing for a picture, this is my smile. This is my smile. Because when I try to do the big smile with the teeth, brace yourself, because you're not going to be able to unsee this. I'm going to do my big smile. It just looks so unnatural, I think. So here we go. You ready? Like I can feel it just doesn't like. Nah, it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. It feels forced. Like obviously, candid pictures when I'm laughing, I'll happily put them up. But anyway, maybe that's a video. Is smiling that important? I'll maybe add that in. Maybe do a video on that. I would highly recommend swap some of your photos out for ones where you're smiling, as it brings about a lot more warmth to your profile and makes you come across more friendly and approachable. Fair. Fair. I would also suggest that you add a photo of you a bit more dressed up. I should have plenty of them. That shouldn't be a problem. Doesn't have to be super fancy. If it's something that you want to wear to impress someone on that date, I'd recommend you put this as one of your first two, so that you're putting up your best foot forward at the start of profile. Okay, so fancy at the front and more smiling, right? And so what they looks like they do is they go through each photo, and we break down how they look. So here we go. Photo 1. This is a good photo as it shows off a hobby and opens up conversation. Plus, a lot of girls will find the rugby thing attractive. It's not rugby. This happens a lot. This actually really happens a lot, where people think I play rugby. I play Australian rules football. I know it looks like a rugby ball, but it's Australian rules football. And I don't think I've ever seen a rugby team play in a vest. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but it's always a winner. The only suggestion I would possibly make is to move the picture further down your profile and change the first one to one of you smiling. Okay, so I need to do that. Smiling photo is first. Photo 2. I like this photo because it shows off your silly side, which, yeah, that is a side I want to get across. However, you can't actually see you very well, so if you want to keep it, I would suggest moving it down a little bit further. I feel like maybe I do the smiling one. I'll need to listen to their advice. I would suggest that you use first two photos to make sure people know exactly what you look like. Okay, so I've got to do that. So the goat one is a banger in my head. I get a lot of comments on it being quite funny. People find it quite an endearing photo, I think. So I think that one's definitely staying in. So we've got the rugby one, we've got the goat one. We're going to have one of me smiling and one of me dressed up. So there's only 2 spaces left, and we've got 6 photos to get through. So let's see what ones are going to stay, if any. So photo 3, this picture is nice because it shows you like to be in the outdoors, which I do. Love the outdoors. If meeting someone who wants to go on hikes, etc. is important, I would suggest you leave this photo in like this on your profile. The only problem with that, you can't really see what you look like. So if you have up closer photos, that would be better. Yeah, I would like to be with someone who does enjoy the outdoors. So that could be a contender to keep in. Photo 3's in there potentially. In general, I'd avoid using mirror selfies. Okay, photo isn't adding anything to your profile, so I would suggest you replace it with something else. You're not smiling either, so it gives no indication of your personality or gives no opportunity for a conversation start. Okay, according to them, profile, the gym picture with me and the lovely, I think it shows off that I love pink, which is something I try to get across. But yeah, okay, photo 4 out there. It's done. It's away. It's gone. Photo 5, similar to the comments about photo 3, if you specifically want to, people you're into rock climbing, not really, like I would do it. It's not one of my big passions in life. You can leave this, but I would suggest replacing it with something else, as you can't even tell if it's you. Fair point. You could also use a prompt to tell people about your rock climbing hobby instead. I don't have a rock climbing hobby, it's just something I put in there to kind of show how sporty I am, how up for anything I am. But yeah, that is fair. I will remove. So 4 and 5 are out of here. Photo 6. This is a good photo. Full length, shows off a hobby and shows you have mates. which many mates, definitely. And I do like this one. So this one is definitely a keeper. So photo 6, that leaves one space. You want to maybe make it number 3. Okay, that can be done. That can be done. Let's do that. 3 more to go, one space available, if any. I think you should leave this photo in as it tells people about another hobby and is a good conversation starter. Plus, as per rug, some girls will find boxing thing very attractive, so you're on to win it. Maybe I should get rid of the boxing because I don't really do combat sports at this moment in time. One thing I'd say is that the photo does look a little intimidating, but I'm just celebrating my victory. Does it look that bad? Maybe. I don't know. I think I'll take out the boxing one. That can be found. That's on my Instagram. Like, they can find it through there. Which I'm going to take out. I need to take out that as well. When we get to that stage where we're exchanging Instagram organically. Photo 8, similar to the comments about photo 3, it's really nice to show some scenery. Yeah, this one can go actually, now that I think about it. I've got 2 photos of me out in the wilderness. That one can go. Again, they go back to smiling. Smiling really seems to be a key. The fact that you can't see your face isn't ideal, but again, it shows another hobby. Yeah, the running one can go. That one's been from a few years ago now. So just try to showcase that I'm fit and active and I like sport. But yeah, that one can go. So I think I might add in a new picture then. And is that it? That is the last. So, changes to be made from for the dating profile are smiling photo at the start, fancy photo second. Reduce the pictures down to 6. I know the ones that I'm going to put in. I'm going to leave in the rugby one. I even said it. I'm even mistaking it. The Australian rules football one, which gets mistaken for rugby. I'm going to leave in the one with me and the boys, the mates, so I can showcase that I am actually a social butterfly, when in reality I'm not. And I'm not bad. I've done a lot better. Done a lot better than last year. But anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. The other ones, I'm not quite sure. I'll do a part 2 of this and see what happens. I need to add in prompts. I'm not going to use any of their examples. I get the idea, so I'll maybe make something up on my own. I do actually have a good one that I could use, so I've got that in my head, but I will keep that for later. Remove the Instagram. So there's changes to be made. Overall, yeah, it's pretty in-depth. The general one I was a wee bit worried about. I was like, oh, are they just sending me general stuff? But then they break it down a little bit better. It'd be nice maybe to have another idea of what to include. I never know what to put on your bio. Like, do I include what I do, my job? Do I include where I'm from? Like, I don't know. But that part was quite quite light. But then the photos, I do feel like that was a good addition, a good service that they offered there. They broke down each photo, told me what they liked about it, told me if it had to go, tell me what ones to kind of improve. So, that is it. I'm going to make the changes and then we shall see if I become, I don't know, if I get a lot of matches on Tinder. And I can't really measure the success rate of this because I've had that profile for a while and I've not really changed it. But maybe I could do like a week where I just have my regular profile, I count how many matches I get, and then I change it and then see if it goes up. That could be a solution. But we shall see if I do that, or I'll just change it and see what happens. But anyway, that's my dating profile. Way to let you in on how I like to advertise myself in the dating world. If you like this video, give it a like, comment, subscribe, like do all that good stuff. I don't really say that enough, but yeah, if you've made it this far, might as well whack that subscribe button, ring that bell so you can get some notifications when I post new videos. And yeah, the dating stuff is fun. I'm enjoying kind of going through the journey with y'all. This is just one step of that. Hopefully this will enhance my my chances of finding a partner. So we shall see how that goes. But would you give me, having seen the profile through, would you give me any advice for the dating profile? Would you say that their service is good for the 25 quid? When I when I initially was pitched it, I was like, oh, that's a bit steep. And is it worth it? I don't know. I don't know yet. We shall see if it becomes worth it. But I think they have put in effort. It's not just like a copy and paste job. The first bit is, but they've actually put in, done some of the, looked at the videos that I sent to see, and definitely the photos is the biggest plus for me. I think that's where they've really won me over, if they have won me over. But yeah, so with all that being said, all it's said to say is any thoughts, comments, general hostile remarks, leave them below. Thank you very much. Bye bye.